We ring this bell and light this candle as a reminder of the Christ love and divinity that lies in each and every one of us. Now, if you'll repeat after me our opening statement, you'll find this inside your bulletin. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And if you would, let those words settle into your heart space. Breathe them in. Know them to be true. And let's repeat them together again. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And with that, we will welcome the band this morning. We have Ron Soul and Rick Poling.
Good morning. Would you please stand? We'll sing Surely the Presence, which is right inside your front cover. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on his face. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. I can feel her mighty power and her grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on his face. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. And number 101, please. 101. And around us lies, Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise for the beauty of each hour of the day wonderful. Please be seated.
Thank you, Ron and Rick. My name is Stephen Keith. I'm your host for this morning. I'm a member here at Unity of Kanawha Valley. We'd like to welcome everyone who is both in the room with us today. We have a full house, and those who are joining on Zoom from across the world. We're excited to have you. We'll begin with some announcements. So usually after churches on Sunday, we have the very lively Zoom discussion group. Right after an abbreviated service this morning, we're going to have our annual meeting where we celebrate our accomplishments over the past year and take a look ahead, and then eat potluck afterwards. That's the most important part. Book study group continues every Thursday evening at 8 o'clock on Zoom. The book group is currently working through the book Falling Upward, A Spirituality for the Two Halves of Life by Richard Rohr. This is a Zoom book group, but they would love to have more roomers join them. So if you're interested, please reach out to Ernie Kessel, who is also in the house today. Chapter 6. And there's more information on that in your bulletin. We are blessed to have, as I said, Rich in the room today as part of our valued Zoom audiovisual team. That team is a hardworking group of folks who definitely need help. If you're interested in learning how to run the mics and the cameras and the Zoom magic that happens so we can make sure we're offering our message to those who can't be here in person, they would love to have you. They can reach out. You can reach out to them, and the information is also in your bulletin. Please keep in mind on August 23rd, we're going to host a volunteer and leadership training with Reverend Mary Masters. You might remember she's our Big Unity Worldwide Ministries transition specialist who's helping us during our period of transition. She spoke to us a few months ago. She'll be back in August to lead a volunteer and leadership training session. There are flyers up here for more information. You do have to register in advance if you want free lunch that day, which is another enticement to come. But there'll be morning and afternoon sessions and a lunch provided as well to those who sign up. Finally, there's a new Unity booklet available, The True Spirit of Gratitude. These have little daily readings of enrichment, and we have some of those up here on the table as well. There are other ongoing announcements in the back of your in the back of your bulletin, so please be sure to take that with you so you'll know what all is going on. I know we've already welcomed some first-time guests today. Are there any other folks here for the first time? We'd love to say hi. Yes, Ernie.
Well, I'm not here for the first time, but I do have a couple of first-timers, Martha Hanna and Sarah Muck. And Sarah and I have been, she reminds me that we were in first grade together. We were also cheerleaders together, and she's recently moved to Edgewood Summit and has been doing book group. And also she has done the Zoom Sunday service. And of course, I've known Martha since she was a baby. So I'm so happy they're here today.
Welcome. Any others? All righty. With that, I'm now going to welcome up to the podium the man with the smoothest voice in the country, Board Member David Getman, who will give our Unity welcome. Not enough O's in smooth, man.
Thank you, Stephen. Wow. It's a lot to live up to. Well, good morning, and welcome to our annual meeting. I am David Getman. On behalf of the rest of the board, I'd like to welcome sincerely each of you and thank you for joining us in our service today. Whether you're here on Zoom or join us later on YouTube, we are genuinely grateful that you've decided to spend your time with us. Today's speaker is Janet Prince. The title of her talk is Come Grow With Me. In this time of transition and change, Janet will inspire us to come together, to work together, and grow together in the spirit of love, light, and unity. Our goal here at UKV is to create and offer a safe and welcoming environment. We offer this to anyone who's looking for a place to celebrate and explore metaphysical practices which are centered around love and spiritual wisdom. We hope to make this space a sanctuary for your spirit, a place where you feel uplifted and renewed. Whether your journey has been one of seeking, healing, or simply being, we trust that you're right where you need to be because you're welcome here just as you are. You're free to be yourself and to believe whatever you want to believe. We also hope that you'll experience something meaningful in our service today that you can take with you to make a positive difference in your life. An important part of unity thinking is the belief in the power of positive, affirmative prayer. It's the concept that the light of the Creator and the Spirit of love is within each of us. And through the practice of going within, by praying, meditating, running, however it is that you go within, you can discover this love. And this love is the source of all life and everything there is in the universe. Since positive affirmative prayer is a central part of what unity in UKV is all about, let's do that now. If you would, please close your eyes or soften your gaze if that's comfortable. Take a deep breath. Let yourself gently smile and say to yourself, I radiate love from within. Love flows out of me. I radiate love from within. Love flows out of me. Now imagine you're touching and looking at someone you love. Look them in the eye and let your gratitude for them fill your heart as you say to them, thank you for helping me grow in love. Thank you for helping me grow in love. Now you can open your eyes, and again, I want to thank each of you for being here today with a reminder that every small thing you do makes a difference in the world that's happening all around us. And in the spirit of gratefulness, I'd also like to thank all of the people that have performed dedicated services with a deep sense of satisfaction, and thank them for making this service possible and making the church a smooth running operation. Today's junior bell ringer, Jessica, our newly indoctrinated ministry coordinator, Janet Prince, administrative director, Jessica Hudson, the board of trustees, 3 of which, and their terms expire today. First, Mary Beth Beller, who successfully led our navigation through a variety of challenges this year, not the least of which was guidance resulting in bringing pastoral stability with the installation of Janet as our ministry coordinator. Barbie Dahlman, who completed her 6th year as the de facto elected treasurer, but also spent the previous 5 years as what I would call the shadow treasurer, working very closely with the previous treasurer, setting up the books. And so Barbie has been intimately involved for the past 11 years in our financial stewardship. Successful guidance. Thank you. And Sally Snyder, who is probably doing what she does, which is volunteering and helping and doing things downstairs or wherever she's needed. She brought a diverse background, so it allowed her to bring many of those different perspectives to the board discussions. And as I say, she always volunteered to help in any capacity with any project. And the other board members, Laura Wellstead, our VP, and Phil Herndon. Also like to thank our musicians, the melody makers. We have Ron Soul, Rick Poling, Jeff Hott, and Jim, and I can only think of Jim Croce, and I know that isn't it? Jim Snyder. Sorry about that. Doug Imbronio, Nancy Lynn, and Chris Christ. Our audio-visual Zoom team, Rich, who I normally say is Zooming down in North Carolina, but's with us today here. Thanks, Rich, for the great job you do. Danny Walker, Amy Evans. We got Chris Christ and Ernie, our remote hostess, who is not remote today. She's sitting right back here. Thanks for joining us, Ernie. We have the moderators, the hosts and the hostesses who begin the meeting. We have Janet Prince, who is, I guess, rotating out of that. I don't know what else she could do with being a prayer chaplain and the ministry coordinator. But Peggy Gunter, Laura Wellstead, Beth Laughlin, Stephen Keith, and Julie Pratt. We have our landscape architects and the protectors of the butterfly haven out here, which is absolutely gorgeous. Anytime anyone walks by here, they have a wonderful comment to make about the beauty of our gardens. We have Deb Meredith, who is the architect and the driver. Stacy Angel, Julie again. And I know that there are others that work, Beth Laughlin, and others that work on that, and I'm sorry, I don't know their names. But representing the essence of our spiritual foundation here at Unity, our prayer chaplains, Sharon Mullins, Janet Prince, Laura Wellstead, Sally Snyder, and my friend Marianne Getman. We owe and give you all a collective thank you for all of your efforts. It certainly takes more than a village to get all of this done, and that most of it happens behind the scenes that nobody even knows about until they show up on Sunday. I also especially want to thank the universe, the divine presence who is the source of all life and love, for gifting us another day to live this spiritual journey. And in closing, I'd like to encourage you to spend some time in silence every day and to remind you that your indwelling spirit is your source and the teachings of Jesus can be your guide. Remember that the pen is in your hand to write your own script, and a new day is dawning for us all. And now I'd like to invite today's prayer chaplain, who is, since Laura's getting up, I assume it's Laura Wellstead.
Thank you, David. Sharon Mullins unexpectedly couldn't be with us today, so we do send her love. I just want to take a moment to take in your divinity. You're 100% divine. And your humanity, you are 100% human. I know the math doesn't math, but spiritually it does. So my divine human meets your divine human in meditation. So let's take a moment to simply be in this space, breathing gently. I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And as we invite calm, we notice our bodies and find a comfortable, relaxed position. Our heart space opens to all that is. God is life. I am life. Established in life, I appreciate the universal source of life. That which gives life to me is creativity. Therefore, I give life to everything I am creating. That which gives life to me is abundance. Therefore, I steady myself in abundance consciousness, knowing all things are possible, and I am living richly. That which gives life to me is compassion. Therefore, I embody kindness in every thought, word, and action towards others and myself. That which gives me life is joy. Therefore, I live in the delight of every moment. My body does not give life to me. The source of all life is that I am. I give life to my body. I am my true divine nature. My true divine nature is movement and form, function and consciousness. I am divine life. I tune to life's power of animation. My eternal life is in perpetual motion. My vision enlarges with every divine idea I set in motion. Acquiescing to the tidal flow of life, I move and rest, retreat and extend, pause and proceed, grieve and rejoice, grasp and release. I tune to life's power of vitality. Wholeness is my true nature and name. I am vitally alive in mind, body, and spirit. I am the invigorating power of divine life. I tune to life's power of presence. I am fully present, a radiating light, and in my presence, others arise to awareness of their spiritual nature. I am divine life, ever renewing. I am divine life, ever expressing. I give life to divine ideas, and all that I give life to lives. And so it is. Amen.
The daily word for Sunday, July 20th, 2025 is surrender, which is what I did when Laura asked me to do this. Spiritual surrender is my path to peace. It's natural to have ideas and preferences about how things should be and to work towards the results I want. But I can exhaust myself in an attempt to exert control over my life circumstances. In fact, the more I try, the less control I feel I have. Releasing the illusion of control, I practice spiritual surrender. So much more than giving up, surrendering my efforts and my hopes to the divine within me is an act of an empowerment. It means living my faith that God is in and through all things. It means trusting that there are outcomes better than the ones I have imagined. I surrender to God's peace and perfection within me. I give up trying to control outcomes and relax, welcoming serenity and ease. Surrender is the way. And from Proverbs 23:26, my child, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways.
searching around for a song to go with Janet's lesson today. Come grow with me. So I finally landed on a song by one of the great spiritual philosophers of our time, Joni Mitchell. Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Tearful when the sky was full of thunder, tearful at the falling of a star. Child moved 10 times around the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like when you're older must appease him, and promises of yet someday make him dream. The seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go round. We're captured on a carousel time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to cartwheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet and slow the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go down. We're captive on a carousel time. We can't return, we can only go behind from where we came and go round, round and round in the circle. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Rick. It is my pleasure today to now announce our speaker and our new ministry coordinator. Janet Prince has done so much for our church that I think she's soon going to earn like that one-word name, like Janet, like Prince. And you already have the purple wardrobe for it.
It's true.
Janet's going to be talking to us today about Come Grow With Me. And as we gather today to celebrate and look ahead at what has been a period of great transition for Unity of Kanawha Valley and will continue to be over the coming year, I can't think of a more relevant topic for us to discuss today or a better person to give it. My friend, Janet Prince.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Well, one of my cousins died and went to heaven. And he overheard a conversation between St. Peter and the Virgin Mary. And the St. Peter was praising the Virgin Mary up one side and down the other. And Mary said, well, and Peter said, but just listen to all these prayers that come up here. They are addressed to Holy Mary, Mother of God. Your thought process must be so pure. She's like, I'm not sure. And he's like, but look at all the shrines that are to you, and miracles are happening in your name. I mean, this is just so amazing. I mean, an angel came to you and said, you are blessed among women. And Mary said, oh, I know, but you know, I really wanted a girl. Okay. So today I'm going to ask you to come grow with me. What is the only constant in life? The only constant is that things are going to change. And here at Unity of Kanawha Valley, we've had a lot of change. Our minister of 20 years retired. Pam, our wonderful administrative director. How many years did you spend here, Pam? 23 years, she retired. And I just told Ron this morning, he's the only person here that is not allowed to retire, because Ron Soul has to stay here. Yes, yes. But unfortunately, with change comes fear. 70 to 80% of people say change brings them anxiety, even when it's a good change, like getting a new job or moving to a new location. These things bring anxiety. But resistance to change is one of the top barriers to successful transformation. So if you're 100% happy with where you are right now, fine, you don't need to change. But if you look at your life and you see you would like some things differently, maybe you would like more love or joy or peace in your world, then maybe there are changes you could do to help you grow. Linda Martella Whitsitt, in her book, Divine Audacity, said the opposite of life is not death. The opposite of life is stagnation. Think about that. If you stay right where you are, you're going to stagnate. And I don't know about you, but I don't want this church to die, which means that change is a necessary part of our growth. Now, I've been introduced here as the interim ministry coordinator. How many of you know what that means? Yeah. Oh, Barbie knows, Barbie knows. I didn't know what that meant. But the bottom line is that I am not an ordained minister. And as such, I cannot call myself a spiritual leader. But what Unity Worldwide will allow me to be called is a ministry coordinator. So I am taking classes right now with Unity Urban Ministerial School. So I am taking classes to become a minister. That's a 3-year program, and I just started like 2 months ago. So it's going to be a while. Plus, after the 3 years, then there's a year of process of ordination. So, you know, it's going to be at least 4 years for me. In the meantime, here's where the interim comes in. The board or the search committee, I guess it is accepting applications from people who, real ministers who might want to be here. And I am happy to serve until one of those people show up, or until I get ordained, whichever comes first. I'm going to be here no matter what. So part of my vision for Unity of Kanawha Valley is that I want this church to be a beacon of love and light and peace for generations to come. I can't do that by myself. David this morning read a whole list of people that it takes just to have a Sunday service. All the people it takes to keep our grounds beautiful and the building up to date. It takes each of us. So the board recognizes this. This is why Reverend Mary Masters is coming August 23rd. Her workshop that will be on Saturday is called Volunteerism and Leadership as Sacred Service. Now, does that sound a little scary to you? Sacred service? I want to kind of broaden your understanding of that term, because the way I see it, if you come in this building and you share a smile with someone, that's a sacred service. So don't think that this isn't for you just because you're not on the board or you're not a prayer chaplain. Don't think that this workshop is not for you. It is for everyone who comes into this church, so that you can explore ways that you can grow into leadership positions, grow into volunteering, because if you don't grow, you're going to become stagnant, and that leads to death, and we don't want that. We do not want that. So some of the steps on my personal journey, because I think when each person takes it upon themselves to grow themselves spiritually, then that is what grows our community. Number one, ask yourself, do you have a daily prayer practice? Now, I'm not saying you have to sit for an hour. Can you get up 5 minutes earlier and have a prayer practice? That is a step in your spiritual growth. Same with meditation. Here again, you don't have to sit and gaze at your navel for hours on end. Can you spend 5 minutes just quieting your mind and meditating? If you are not yet a member of the church, it is a step in your spiritual growth to become a member, because then you are sending a sign to the universe, I want more of this. I want this place to grow, and I want to grow with it. And that applies to the Zoomers as well. You too can be members. Just because you're not here in person, you too can support the church by becoming a member. I found for me that tithing was a spiritual practice, because being willing to trust that the 90% I have left after I tithe 10% is going to go farther than the 100% did, that was a step on my spiritual growth. That I could give. I didn't have to keep it like this where I can't hold anymore. I could have an open hand and let it pile up. And that has been my experience. So to me, starting to tithe is a step in my spiritual growth. And then you get to how you can serve here at the church. You can be a board member. You can be a prayer chaplain. And those are both open if you are a member. That's the first step. If you're not a member, then those are not things you can participate in. We have a host team of 5 people who take turns hosting the Sunday service. So they serve about once a month. it is my vision that we have a welcome team / usher team. 2 people every Sunday to man the doors and welcome people as they come in, point newcomers to the restroom, give them a bulletin, maybe a hug if they're open to that. And then those same 2 people would serve as ushers. And there again, if we get a team of 8 or 10 people, you'd only have to serve 1 Sunday a month or maybe once every 6 weeks. But yet this is a step in your spiritual growth. Another thing we need, who in here likes books? Books, oh yeah. We have a lending library back here that is in terrible shape. If you go to find a book, well, kind of all the A's together and all the B's are together and so forth. And we also have books for sale way back in the meditation room. All that needs organized. If you love books, do you have library skills? This is something that the church needs, that you can apply your skills to and then help you on your spiritual growth. Because the more you give, the more you're going to grow. Another thing I want to do, I want to start lunch with Janet. Now that I'm the ministry coordinator, I want you to have the opportunity to get to know me, and I want the opportunity to get to know you better. And I want to hear your visions for this church. So my goal is twice a week to have lunch with one of the members. If I do that by the end of the year, I will have had lunch with each and every one of you. So if you want to have lunch with me, just call me, let me know. If you don't call me, I'm going to call you. But here again, this is all in an effort for our church to grow, that as we deal with all these changes, we can grow individually and we can grow as a community. But the bottom line is, as I said before, I cannot do this by myself. Will you help me? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You'll find that this time of change is kind of like a tree in the fall, and it loses all its leaves. But come the spring, you have more beautiful leaves. If it's a fruit tree, now you have an apple or a peach to eat. If it's a flowering tree, now you have the fragrant blossoms. And so that's what I hope for Unity of Kanawha Valley, that we continue to grow and blossom. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janet. Please add me to the lunch list as soon as possible. UKV is a tithing church. I was going to say, please add me to the lunch list as soon as possible. UKV is a tithing church, and what that means is 10% of everything you give us, we give out to the community to help others. This month's tithing recipient is SOAR. That's a group started here in West Virginia, but now has reach outside of the state for solution-oriented addiction recovery. And we appreciate and want to support those efforts. At this time, I'd like to invite the prayer chaplain and our ushers to come forward.
Oh, I need this. If you will, in your flyer bulletin, repeat with me the offering blessing. Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love. I trust God, and I am grateful.
July 17th was Good Trouble Day. It was a day that was dedicated to the life and works of John Lewis. And about 5 years ago, when he died, I wrote this song, and I'd like to offer it this morning except we'll probably do it in the key that we rehearsed it in. Probably would be better for you. This is based on one of his quotes, which I think he may have gotten from Martin Luther King, but anyway, this is a good one. Of a burden, gotta lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. Hate's too heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down, gonna lay the burden down. Love's a mighty force and a power, gonna lift it up. Lift it up. Force and the power, gonna lift it up. We're gonna lift up the power of love. Sing with me. Hate's too heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down. Oh, lay it down. Lay it down. Oh, hate's too heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down. Gonna lay that burden down. Lay it down. John Lewis showed us how. He showed us how. Yes, he showed us how. Oh, gotta make some good trouble. You know, Jesus showed us how. Showed us how. Come on now. Hate's too heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down. Lay it down. Heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down, gonna lay that burden down. One more time. Hate's too heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down, lay it down, yeah, lay it down. Oh, hate's too heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down, gonna lay that burden down. Oh, one more time, we'll put it down. Too heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down. Lay it down, yeah. Lay it down. Hate's too heavy of a burden, gonna lay it down. Gonna lay that burden down. Gonna lay that burden down. Gonna lay that burden down.
And when you lay a burden down, your hands are free to be full again. So we thank each and every one of you. We're grateful for these gifts, these love offerings, these gifts of time, of talent, of treasure. And we accept the growth that is ours to experience. We are the sap in those bare branches that are going to produce those leaves, those flowers, and that fruit. And we are grateful, and so it is. Amen.
Why did you look at me when you said sap?
Daddy.
Thank you so much. And now if you would join us in a circle. Are there any birthdays or anniversaries? Anyone celebrating today? If not, we will go right into the peace song. And you'll find those words inside your bulletin if you need them. And now together our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen. Thank you so much for coming today. As a reminder, we're going to roll into our annual business meeting. We just need a couple of minutes to get that set up. Please stick around, and then following that, we'll have a potluck lunch downstairs.